All right. So we're going to move now into a topic called measures of central tendency. What does that mean? What's central mean? It was a joke. Middle? Okay. Tendency. Oh, good use of the definition. Where things usually might be. Happy with that? So measures of the middle of where stuff might usually be. Super detailed definition. So rather than going too far into the definition, I thought I'd set a scenario. We've got a cricketer. Now I've ordered their scores lowest to highest. That's not the order at which they scored those. They scored 3, 6, 12, 28, 51, 70 and 87. They definitely don't play for my team. There's too many digits on that board.
Not enough negatives.
What would you expect this cricketer to score in their next game? Anyone got an answer? So what did you get?
I got rounded
37. So Olivia said 37.
Well, 36.7.
Yep, that's fine. 37, 36.7. Anyone got anything else?
39.
39. How do you get that? Yes, you just had a look at around what the middle value would be. Anyone get anything else? All right, let's have a look at another scenario. Very good. So in that scenario, what's Olivia use? Let's look at what Olivia's used. She's used the average. Okay, interesting. New cricketer, same scenario. Okay, this one does play for my team.
Is that your open stats?
That's could be my cricket stats. Now, what would you expect that cricketer to score next time they go to bat?
1 or 0.
1 or 0. Most of you said
0.
why? So you've used the most consistent score. Why didn't you say 2.3 or 2.4 or whatever that person's average would be? Why not? 16 divided by 2, 4, 6, 7. 16 over 7. Why didn't we talk about that?
Because it was an outlier that made it.
Okay, interesting. So you said that outliers we should
Just been a one-off.
use this. That guy scored 87 and 70. I guess they weren't outliers. That's fair enough. So 0 would be a good way to predict what they're going to score. I'd say you're pretty correct there. What about if I gave you the following scores? What would that person be most likely to score next? Liv said 30. Anyone got a different answer?
I think maybe 45.
45. Anyone else? 35. Where'd you get that from? Just made it up? Where'd you get yours from? Made it up? Okay, if you had to put an over-under, what would you expect? Where would you put the over-under? So where would you expect them to go? Half the time above, half the time below?
30.
Who thinks 30? Who thinks a number bigger than that?
40.
Where'd you get 30 from? Who?
Just because it's the middle one.
So you just took the middle number. Why didn't you take the average this time?
This is one really big one, so it would affect
So what's that called?
now
particularly if I'm batting. 250 is clearly not what you'd expect them to score on most weeks, is it? So that's an outlier. So Olivia excluded that data.
That's like what happens when the enemy team has 14
Very good.
and has cities.
Yeah, so there's 3 fielders on the day that he was playing in the backyard and grandma's hip went, so he scored a well-crafted 250. Okay. This is pretty low stakes data, isn't it? Looking at local cricket. Is it important to know where things should happen next? Is that important, or predict what's going to happen?
Just if you like betting whether a team will win.
Yep, very good. What about, let's say, if you were going to buy a house? First house, you're going to buy a house. How do you know what you should be paying? You've nothing to do with houses. You've never dealt with houses before. You've got no idea.
So the average price of like the house in that area.
Very good. Average prices. Is there a problem with using averages for house prices?
There's some really dodgy ones and some really good ones. Straight they could be really big.
Yeah, let's say you're in a suburb and there's one $20 million mansion in the suburb and everyone else has got a $300,000 house. The average house price is now $450,000. You walk up to buy your house for $450,000. Are you being ripped off?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's only one house that's affected.
Very good.
It's worth the same as the majority.
Some of you for this said you use the average. Would you use the average for that data?
Oh, cricket.
For cricket you would, wouldn't you? Because those 250 runs are as valuable as the 30 to 20, aren't they? Some days you have a good day in cricket and you need to consider that. But it's about being very critical about when we use the measures of central tendency. Now there are 3 we're going to look at. Mean, median and mode. Can someone give me a quick definition for the mean?
Average, so the sum of all the data divided by the number of.
Very good. So Liv just said sum of scores divided by number of scores. Anyone have another definition that they would like to give me for median? What's the median? Ashton?
So like half of the numbers.
Yeah, so what do you... What, the 30 was the median here, like this was the median score. Yeah, it was the median score. What's that mean?
It's like, it's the middle of...
Perfect, that's all I need. Middle score. What happens if you've got 2 middle scores? Like, let's say I didn't have this 0. My 0 is gone now, I didn't get that duck, that didn't count. If only the real game worked like that. What's my median now? It's not 30 anymore, Riley?
The number in between 2.
Yep, so I've got 30 and 40, so what's my median there, Olivia?
35.
35, how'd you get that?
On average of the 2 ones.
If 2, middle scores, score 1, plus score 2, but then what do I do? Divide by 2. Happy with that? Mode. Ed?
It's very good one that occurs most often.
Very good, most frequent. Is mode often the best measure?
Depends what you mean.
Very good, it depends. I won't say frequency. I'll say most frequent. Very, very good. And that's a very brief summary of those numbers. That's not where the difficulty lies. You guys seem to be pretty good with your critical ability to evaluate when to use which score. You identified that with the scores up there. When there was a guy who got 6 zeros, a couple of scores, you knew that 0 was the most likely outcome for his next bat.
We have 4 minutes.
4 minutes, thank you. Are we clear with that? Very, very good.